Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's walk and talk time again, and we'll see what comes to mind. But first of all, first thing I wanted to talk about is how to be a YouTuber, however unsuccessful you are. It takes some thick skin. Take some thick skin. And where's the sun? Okay, there's the sun. Okay. My last video, some guy was saying, "Oh man, I can't hear you. I can't understand you. You're huffing and puffing, and you need to see a doctor." And it was kind of walking up this hill. "Why would you need a doctor? You an old man?" I said, "Well, there's no mystery here. I'm lucky to be walking. When I was discharged from the hospital, I was using a wheelchair. A couple of weeks later, I was just using trekking poles. And then a couple of weeks later, I dropped one trekking pole, and then I dropped both of them. Now I'm walking by myself, unassisted, and to me, that's a miracle. I'm thankful, and no mystery here. So I said, if you want to discourage me from making more videos, you gotta say you're boring or something like that. That might offend me. You're huffing and puffing. That's a badge of honor, dude. Okay, anyways. All right, well, it's a beautiful Sunday. After 4th of July, I guess it's the 6th. And I'm huffing and puffing. You can probably not understand me, especially when the cars drive by, like they are doing now. Anyways, I thought I'd talk also a little bit more about some of the Japanese abbreviations. They're so good at abbreviating everything. A lot of Japanese words can be long in their full glory. Where's the best sunlight? And I thought I would go over a few. First of all, we talked about McDonald's. These tend to be the hardest words for Americans to learn because we don't want to call McDonald's McDonald's. But here's one for you. See if you can guess what it is. Familes. Think of two words that begin with family and res. Family restaurant. And there's a ton in Japan. Kind of think of how JB's Big Boy, or Denny's. They've pretty much disappeared from the American landscape. But in Japan, they're alive and well and wonderful. The American ones, the Japanese ones. Oh, great place to take your family for a reasonable meal. And they do a bang up job. Denny's in Japan, I love it. And I'm trying to think, when's the last time like in Bountiful, Utah, there used to be a D's restaurant. Of course, we had the hamburger joints called D's. D's. Let's all go to D's. That's what Daddy says. And the family all agrees. I remember there was a D's hamburger restaurant down 3,300 south in Salt Lake from my home. And they would often have 5 hamburgers for $1. They weren't much of a hamburger. Thin, tiny beef patty, a pickle, lettuce, tomato, maybe a smattering of onion, but they were delicious. Oh my heavens. And then they also had some famures type down on 7th East near my church in Salt Lake City. One of these D's family restaurants is still in business. And I'm trying to find somebody that's willing to dive in there for maybe some country fried steak. What is it, I think chicken or something, with those white gravy, mashed potatoes, kind of a sausage gravy. Oh my heavens. It's probably too much sodium for me, but I remember eating that as a young man. And so that's the first one. Famires. Okay. Next one. In Japanese dollar shop. Is called properly, I think, 100 yen kinitsu. Basically, everything 100 yen. Everything 100 yen. But of course they abbreviate. That's too much of a mouthful. 100 yen is 100 yen. 100. And kinitsu kind of means everything the same, or symmetry in pricing. Guess what they call it? Chop off the second half of each of those words. Hyaking. Hyaking, right? There's one. And another one they liked. I probably had to struggle to learn this was the young man. Patoka. What would begin with pato and end with car? Patrol car, a police car. Patrol car. Interesting. Yaking, famires. Patoka. Denny's is Denny's. What are some of the other restaurants they have there? Oh my heavens. Coco's. There's 2 Coco's. There's a big family restaurant, which I love. And there's a small curry restaurant, which is famous for having like 10 levels of spicy curry. Coco's Curry. Something like that. And so let's see, how long have I talked? I've talked 9 minutes, 10 minutes. All right, well that makes a nice short little video. And remember, in Japanese, these are the hardest words to learn, the English ones that have been spoken with a Japanese accent. Oh my heavens. Okay, and then maybe in my next video, I'll talk a little bit about me trying to learn Korean, but maybe my wife's watching a Korean period drama about a king, and she's kind of hooked on that. And anyways, talk about my experience with Korean in a bit. Okay, thank you for listening.